Hi, Jags. We're out in the jungle, and your Madison Central Jaguars are set to take on the Freedman Bulldogs. This matchup marks the second round of play for both teams, and your Jaguars are coming in on a win tonight after beating Ocean Springs last week. However, your opponents are currently 0-1, so we'll see if your Jaguars can keep up the momentum and grab the win tonight. Brandon won the coin toss and elected to defer, and your Jags received the ball in the end zone for a touchback. Right out of the gate, Madison Central offense saw a huge improvement from last week's game, making strides up the field. After a caught interception by Ryan McCall, Zay Hart took the ball into the end zone, putting up the first 7 points of the game. However, the Bulldogs responded by scoring a touchdown of their own, ending the first quarter 7-7. Right at the top of the second, your Jags once again gained the advantage when Glenn Singleton ran the ball into the end zone for the second touchdown of the night, but the PAT attempt was no good, and Brandon picked up the ball at the 35-yard line. However, they didn't have it for long, as a forced fumble was picked up by Corey Robinson at the 21, and Marvion Jackson soon took it into the end zone for touchdown number 3, complete with an extra point. Brandon put up one more touchdown before halftime, but your Jags responded with a 72-yard touchdown pass thrown by quarterback Ben Picarella and caught by wide receiver Ryan Delaney.
Receiver at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jags!
And if that wasn't enough, with 1 minute to go in the half, Miles Miller caught an interception from Brandon and ran for Jaguar touchdown number 5. Jack Richardson kicked the PAT, ending the second quarter 34-13. The offensive onslaught did not end in the second half, and the sixth and final touchdown of the night by Glenn Singleton ended the game with a Jaguar victory, 40-26. Tonight was a huge win for the Jags. How has your team been preparing for the big matchup against Brandon?
Well, after last week offensively, I didn't think we played very consistent, so we harped on that all week long. Thought our kids responded well last week. Had a decent week of practice. I think we've got to do a little bit better in practice throughout the week. Just staying up and stay enthusiastic, but to come out and respond the way they did tonight offensively and defensively, because that's a good football team, says a lot about the character of our football team. And I'm proud of them for getting the win because they're hard to come by.
And tonight marks a 2-game win streak for the Jaguars. So how do you plan on keeping that energy up next week against Gulfport?
Well, another tough opponent in Gulfport. I don't know how they did tonight, but they're a good football team. We got to travel to them. It's about a 3-hour trip. So we're just going to build on the momentum we had tonight and continue to preach to our guys details, and work on them every single day and try to get better.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's your final. After an action-packed game, your Jags beat the Brandon Bulldogs 40-26. Next week will be against Gulfport at Gulfport. This has been Annalise Kirk with J&N.